Welcome to Just Jeff's first spooky October episode. Today it's me and Allie. We talk about some unpopular opinions, then some unpopular Halloween opinions, and then some fun horoscopes. So come listen. Okay, here we go. Hey guys, welcome to Just Jeff Podcast, episode 58, I think, or episode 58, yeah, 59, somewhere around there. I don't know. It's going to be our first October episode, our first Halloween-ish. Well, then it'll be Halloween. The beginning won't be. Oh, what do we got here? Look at this.
My name is Allie, and if you don't know me,
I
didn't
even get to introduce. Yeah, this is Allie. Hi, everybody. They want to know you, so you have to tell them about yourself now that you've done this whole thing. I didn't even know this was happening. Oh, look at that. She's so classy.
I am. This the sand from
this set is not fitting for you.
It's dripping.
Is that water or is that gin? What is that?
I can't tell you.
Can't tell me. Okay. Oh my gosh. Is there olives in here? Or garnishes? There's fucking garnishes. Look at this. Good. There you go. I'm glad you brought some because we don't keep olives in this house. Oh, I have dried lemon if you want some of that too. Okay. No, that's fresh. There we go. And she twisted it too, if you saw that.
Okay.
There we go.
You may ask me questions and I may ask you questions and we may talk.
Okay.
Go.
So we'll first tell them about yourself. Who are you're my friend Allie.
Best friend.
Uh-huh.
Dan, suck it.
Sorry, Dan. He's not going to listen to this.
He's not going to listen to this? Why am I doing this?
I don't know. I don't know if he listens to this. Dan, if you listen to this, call me and let me know you listen to these episodes. I don't know who listens to these.
Okay, so we were just recently acquainted, Jeff and I. He saw me in a Walmart parking lot.
Uh-huh.
No questions asked.
Yeah.
And he's driving, leaving. I don't know what he was doing, but he knows what I was doing. And he goes, "Hey, you want to be on a podcast?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Yeah."
She had a shopping cart full of water balloons and saran wrap. And I was like, this has got to be something good going on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And some gasoline.
Yeah, you weren't supposed to say that part.
Well, I saw that part. So that's how we met.
Cut that part out.
No, that's the good part. So we're talking about unpopular opinions in the world. And I've asked a lot of people, these aren't all mine. Some are mine. I will tell you the ones I want to admit to, and the other ones I don't want to admit to that are mine. I'm going to blame on other people. You know, that might be an unpopular opinion, but that's what I'm going to do because some of these I don't want to admit to, but I wanted to share them. And I'm going to do that under the guise of blaming other people. I've got quite a list here. And let's compare notes here.
It's not about the size.
It's about the juiciness of the unpopular opinions. Do you want to start us off with yours, your first one?
Sure. Day drinking. What are your thoughts?
I think it's fine. Well, it depends on if you're working, but I think it's fine. Yeah.
No, day drinking, working, breastfeeding, you name it.
Oh, you think breastfeeding is day drinking?
No.
That's interesting. Okay. When you say day drinking, do you mean just alcohol or any beverage?
Beverage, everything with alcohol.
I think breast milk with a little bit of rum
keeps the babies asleep.
That's a good point. Rub it on their teeth. Get them. Yeah.
I've been doing it for eons.
I think day drinking is important. It's good.
Great. We're going to get along fine.
As long as you don't do it every day.
No, I do it every day.
Okay. Then that's fine too. We're no judgment here. Yeah. You can drink whenever you want, wherever you want, however much you want.
What's in yours?
Just water. I don't tell you my secrets if you don't tell me yours.
Okay. And then the other one I was going to bring up, and this is for someone else special that I will not say who.
Oh gosh. I think if I'm reading the second one there,
yeah.
I'll have to have her listen to this. Wait, now we know it's a her. Dun, dun, dun. That splits the options in half.
Yes. Okay. Rabbits. Do we kill them? Are they pets or pests?
Well, if wild rabbits are in their yard, they're technically pests because they're rodents. If it's a pet rabbit, then you don't kill it. But if it's like a wild rabbit, I guess I don't think you should kill it, but I know you do because you're a monster.
I want to.
Yeah. Okay. Why don't you just
Dahmer's on my side?
Why don't you just catch him and set him free? I guess it's a lot of work to catch him and set him free.
All right. Well, I've given you two. Go.
Okay. I don't. Why do you think you should kill them? Just because they're vermin? Do they get in your garden?
We did just buy the traps to set them free. We've yet to use them, but when they're in front of my car, I mean,
vroom vroom, motherfucker.
Vroom vroom, motherfucker.
Yeah. This first one is mine. I will admit to this. Beyonce's overrated. I don't think
you don't see her halo.
I think she's a talented artist. I know she's a great singer. I don't see her that great. I don't think she's that great of a person. I don't think she's like the angel, the queen bee that everyone says she is. Like,
what makes her an angel?
I don't know. Everybody.
The Halo song?
Yeah, maybe. Is that her? Halo? Okay. All I know is that surfboard song.
Surfboard?
Surfboard. Grinding on that wood, grinding on that wood. That one.
I know.
And some Destiny's Child stuff.
My mama couldn't stand Destiny's Child or Beyonce because it was just a lot of repeating.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of their thing, you know.
No, I mean like the same words over and over again.
No, yeah, I mean, that's kind of their thing.
You don't understand.
Okay.
No.
I don't. Oh my God. If it's going to be the whole episode, it's going to be a while to get through this.
A lot of cutting, a lot of editing.
Oh, there's no editing. We just put that shit out raw.
Like right in the middle, there's just going to be like a blank.
And then it's just going to cut to a completely different frame, and she's not going to be in it anymore. And
it'll be it.
It'll be just me and the animals, and she'll be off in the corner sitting in the. Okay. This one I actually will call Cheyenne out for this one because this is hers. I'm calling you out. If you can hear me, she thinks ketchup and pickles are gross. How do you feel about ketchup and pickles?
I put ketchup on my tacos.
Okay. I put ketchup on my burritos, so that I could see that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're the first person that's ever not given me crap for that.
Yeah. Like when I go to Del Taco, I'd always get ketchup and put it on my burritos. And I think I put it on soft tacos before and it was pretty bomb. So I could see that. I don't know about a crunchy because the ketchup might make it like soggy, but if you eat it fast enough. It's like a little meatloaf, meatloaf taco.
I think it started with eggs. Ketchup on eggs in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
It was the only way you could eat the eggs.
You used to do just ketchup, eggs, tortilla, breakfast burrito. That's it.
And that's where it started because people started doing like omelets and stuff. You need ketchup to cover the flavor.
To mask it. What about pickles? I know you like briny things because you have an olive right there.
Love brine. Like when I die, just brine me.
Just brine you, put you in a jar and toss you in the ground.
Absolutely.
Let them see a pickled alley in like 1,000 years.
You know, a lot of people eat mummies. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Yeah.
They're going to eat me.
I hope so.
Yeah.
You're going to be delicious. Yeah.
Pickled. Yeah. Brined.
Add some nice dill in there. Some anise maybe.
I'm working on pickling myself.
Okay, there we go. We're getting the vat ready. We're getting the concoction ready. We're getting everything. We'll pickle alley 2075.
Agreed. With Disney.
I love pickles. I love ketchup. I don't know if I put ketchup on as much things as other people do. Like some people use it on everything. I actually saw a video and it just grossed me out. They cooked a steak in the oven submerged in ketchup. So they just put ketchup in a pan, submerged the steak in it, and it was raw. And then they cooked it in the oven, and the moisture from the ketchup cooked the steak, and it came out looking like really pale, but it was cooked and it looked absolutely dreadful.
Don't they do that with brisket?
Which I guess they're covering it in barbecue sauce, aren't they? Like a different kind of.
I saw a recipe. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that's kind of like meatloaf, but it's just like to cook a raw steak and like it was just strange. But I mean, that's kind of how you cook a stew. It's just thicker stew, just ketchup flavored, thick ketchup flavored stew.
Yeah, I think your cat's trying to steal your soul.
You want my soul? It's all yours, little lady. You can have whatever you want.
Okay, so when it comes to pickles, sweet pickles.
No, only dill.
Yeah, that's where I went because sweet.
I've only ever liked
sweet
relish on a hot dog sometimes, but you have to have the ketchup and the mustard to kind of mask the flavor there. But it only because you get the crunch. But I'd rather have a sour relish on a hot dog for sure. But I will take a sweet relish if it's the only option. If it's the only option.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I'll just do straight up ketchup hot dog like a good old American.
Yeah, good old and American. No, I couldn't do the sweet, and I can do anything brined. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. My brininess varies, but I can't do olives.
I can.
Like my buddy Rocky, he would just get a jar of olives and just eat them on the couch, just pick them out and eat them, and it grossed me the fuck out.
And then suck the pit out.
Oh God.
And then leave them in a gross little pile right there on
the coffee table, not even on a plate, or
no,
just like
there. Just forget that they're there. Walk away.
Or he would get a block of cheese and just eat it, and then just like leave the wrapper in the couch.
This person.
Oh my God, don't say that. Shut up, Rocky. We don't like. No, we love Rocky, but shut up. No, don't. He doesn't need any of this going to his head right now. What do you got? Give me another one.
Okay. Neville Longbottom was the more powerful wizard on Harry Potter.
Yeah, he was the chosen one. He was. I feel like he was the real chosen one.
So this actually comes from my partner. He says that Neville was the most powerful because his parents were tortured and killed to give up their people, and they never did.
And they never did. Yeah.
Whereas the parents, they were just trying to save their child, and they died.
Yeah.
Right. No torturing involved.
No torturing. No Cruciatus. Just straight up Avada-Kedavra.
Also, Harry Potter had all of his little friends helping him cheat.
That's true. Neville did all this solo.
He
had to figure everything out on his own. He had to learn to dance on his own. He had to learn spells. I mean, he had his friends there, but not to that extent, He was brave. I don't know. Yeah, Neville is the underrated hero of the story for sure.
The hero, number one. Gave Harry the gillyweed. Yeah,
without him, without him, the story wouldn't exist for sure.
No, and he got Luna.
Yeah, Luna's she's the real treasure there. For sure. I love Luna.
I do too. So I got that one. And
should I go a few of mine since my list is longer?
I was gonna
Yeah, okay, here we go. Beach vacations are the worst. They're waste of money. Like just beach vacations. Like people who are like my destination beach vacation, they're the worst. They're waste of money. It's crowded, there's too much sun, too much people. Like it's just not worth the money you're spending, like, to go on one of these tropical beach vacations.
Are you saying that because we melt when we go in the sun?
I mean, we both personally do, and I prefer like a windy, colder area for vacation. But
a cave,
yeah, or like a rainstorm or monsoon, something like that.
Caves are the only thing that scare the shit out of me.
Caves?
Oh, you'll never see me in one.
Wow. What about those giant caves in South America that are their own ecosystem?
I think it's fascinating. You'll never see me near one.
Because you're afraid of collapsing?
Those things that people bring.
The lava tubes?
Oh, wherever they are. Monkey tunnels.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think I told you this.
Yeah.
You'll never see me in them.
Yeah.
And they send children in there.
Some of those tunnels are frightening. Like there's a show, we're getting a little off tangent, but that's okay. There's a show called The Resort on Peacock. And I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a scene where the girl's climbing through this cave and really crawling through this cave, and she gets her hip stuck, and it just gave me so much anxiety. I was like, I have to stop this. Like it's giving she's getting trapped and she's gonna be stuck, and like no one can get up there to get her because no one can fit, and it was just driving me bonkers. And it was like she makes the wrong move. What if the rocks come crushing down on her? Like anything like that, you're trapped. What if you find somewhere there's no air? Yeah, all kinds of stuff. It's I get you.
Yep, everything you said.
I mean, I'll
kind
of go to the entrance of a cave, like a little bit deeper. Like we go to these lava tubes, but when I think about it now, it freaks me out. But like my buddy would crawl like to the bottom corner, bottom nooks. I'm like, dude, get the fuck over here. Like get over here. You're gonna get stuck. I'm not gonna be able to save you. You're gonna die, and I don't want to just look at your dead body in there.
Imagine being a miner, like you're
a child or like a.
I'm sure they use
what about a miner
as well, but no, I'm talking about like coal miner, gold miner, silver. Imagine the only light you had
is your headlamp.
Before that, candle,
yeah.
They had one candle, and they were running out of that candle, so they had to mine in the dark, and then they had to go with that little bird. If the bird was dead, get the hell out. But also in Virginia City, they did so much digging. Oh my God, we're so off topic. We're really bad.
That's okay.
They did so much digging that they actually hit a water spring, and it was beyond boiling, melted all the miners.
Jesus.
Flooded
fucking Christ.
Half of them. Yeah. Welcome to our Halloween special.
There we go. That's scary. I would never be anybody who digs underground. That would never be a job I would ever do. Like never, ever in a million years. You see those? Yeah, I just can't. I can't fathom it. I can't. That's how she scratched on the scratching post. She's too tall, so she lays on the ground.
He's talking about his wife.
Yeah, Cheyenne's over there in the scratching post, laying down on the ground. I don't know if this is okay. This is what someone said. I don't know if it's unpopular, but stop using songs and videos that you don't know the meaning of. So, like, what's a really good one is Bo Burnham. I'm sure you know Bo Burnham. He did a song for his most recent one where he's like, I've made you some content, and it's supposed to be like ironic, being like, you guys, all you want to do is just slurp up whatever content I could put out. And it's like, and then people took that and turned it around to being like, hey, I made you fun content. And it's like they're taking this song that's supposed to be making fun of them and turning it around and trying to make it like, hey, look, I made, like, not even completely disassociating the meaning of the song.
Mm-hmm.
That's something else about their Cheyenne alcohol. And I get that. It totally, like, you'll get like songs from like rock bands where it's like a punk band talking about how they hate something, and then you in the video is like the complete opposite like feeling to the song. You know what I mean?
I actually was relating this to something else. Do you remember on Instagram? I think every woman did this. There was a picture that they would take of themselves without any makeup on, and it was like a black and white, just plain old picture of themselves. And this was probably 2 years ago now. And everyone's like putting pictures of themselves up. And actually, I heard a Crime Junkie podcast, #Crime Junkie.
Okay, #Crime Junkie.
Yeah, that's me. But I heard this podcast, and they actually were calling out women over in another country who were unjustly charged for murder and stuff like that. So it was actually raising awareness for women, and women just were posting pictures of themselves.
And they were just like, I want the clout from this, from this trend.
Yeah. And it was also, it was about how men can murder a woman and they get a slap on the wrist or on the hand.
Yeah.
And yet women, when they go psycho crazy because they've been treated horribly,
crazy bitch,
right?
Yeah.
So and I tried educating people, like, why you're doing this. And so it's not just the song. I'm actually thinking like, no, before you do anything, maybe you should research,
look at the trend before you start doing it. Yeah,
exactly.
Like don't just jump on any trend because there's millions of views on it, because you could look like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And if you do, then that's on
it was
for not doing your research. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the people who are doing it not for a good cause are totally
the message is
flooding it, and so you don't really see what the message is, and all you think it's just a bunch of pretty girls, like doing that kind of thing, like just, oh, look at me without makeup, and rather than like, actually going to I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's a horrible thing.
It's awful. The internet's awful, but it's also a wonderful place too. But I won't get into that. Speaking of the internet, TikTok is stupid.
My husband's addicted. I don't even have an account.
Cheyenne hates it. I can't even say the word TikTok in the house. Like I can, but respectfully for her.
You have a TikTok?
Oh, I have a TikTok. I have a TikTok. If you're listening to this, I love all of you followers out there, all 2,400 of you, whatever you are. I have
2,400 followers,
something like that. I mean, yeah, Rocky, who we were talking about before, that you said I love that you're like, I like this guy, Rocky. Yeah. He has like 100K followers. Yeah, I'm sure Andrew's probably seen his videos. If you were to show him his video, he's probably like, oh, I've actually seen that guy. And he's actually he's a caveman scientist is one of his videos where he does like caveman science. And
wow.
I don't know. He has a lot of views, but I won't get into that. I use the word "that app" when I'm talking about it in the house because Cheyenne hates just the word TikTok. I don't know why. She just doesn't like that word. And so I always say, oh, well, so I saw a video on that app. I'm like, oh, so I posted a video on that app. And so now it's called that app in this house.
So it's, what do we not like about it? The name of TikTok or TikTok?
I don't know if I think she's annoyed by the name. I think because I say too much. I think it's just like TikTok, TikTok, TikTok or something like that. Maybe she doesn't like Kesha and it reminds her of that Kesha song. Maybe that's what it is. She finds the app annoying, but I've tried to explain to her that although there is the annoying side where you get those like people with millions of followers and they're like those obnoxious people who do like fake pranks or they're like dance trends, crap like that. But then you do get people who are out there like doing genuine art, like doing like a lot of cool, like really cool stuff out there. And it's like, trying to connect with those people. Like I don't want to look at, like I always see if I have someone who's got like 1 million followers and I look at their page and it's that crap, I block them. I'm like, I don't need to see this garbage. I want to see like genuine people who want to have interactions with me.
Or I think it could be a way for a lot of people who don't have a voice to have a voice. However, on the other side of that coin, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Well, like a great example is John and Annie. When COVID started, they couldn't go to any festivals to sell their stuff, and they were kind of struggling, as they said in their episode. They're like, we were having trouble, and then they decided to get a TikTok and started showing their journey. And like first 24 hours, people were like, "We want to buy your stuff. Where can we buy your stuff?" Like,
and for the listener, who's John and Annie?
John and Annie Furness, the Blind Woodsman. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Just John and Annie Furness for anybody listening. Go listen to the Blind Woodsman previous episode. It's amazing. They're absolutely fucking amazing people. Like they're so wonderful. They're so
They're
sweet.
incredible. They
are. I can't even. There's
amazing artists and good people.
Words can't describe how genuinely great they are.
I think words could describe if we took a whole episode to do it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Should we take a whole episode? Okay, maybe we'll do a future episode, a bonus episode, like a little like 20-minute thing where we talk. Yeah,
that's amazing. Okay.
They'll love it. Okay, but check them out. But yeah, I met them. I didn't meet them, but I saw their journey on there. I've been watching John's journey in his everyday life, and it's just fun to see, like, yeah, and he's gotten really popular too, which is amazing, and I'm happy for that. Yeah, they're just like absolutely blowing up.
Did you hear the things that he calls his wife? John is blind and his wife can see. And so a nickname that he has for her is Sighty.
Sighty? No, I know he calls her Honeybee, but I've never heard Sighty. Oh my God. That's amazing. Sighty.
Yeah. It was great.
Funny. Yeah. He likes to make blind jokes, and I think that's great.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Give me another one.
Okay. COVID is nothing more than the flu. I won't say who said that, but that's not true. You know who you are.
I did think during COVID.
I mean, it is kind of like a flu, but it's not just like having a common cold. But go ahead.
I feel like talking COVID has crept into that, like the 3 things you're not allowed to talk. It's now 4 things you're not allowed to talk about at work. You can't talk about sex, politics, religion, and COVID.
Yep.
Because
that includes like vaccinations,
the vaccinations, everything. Yeah, no. What I did think during the 2 years of COVID, I did think there was going to be an asteroid that was going to hit Earth, and they didn't know what to do with it yet. But also, they released alien footage, and I'm like, all this stuff is happening. So what are they going to do? They're going to create COVID to distract us. So I did think conspiracy theory for a moment, like.
You're not the first person I've heard this from. I've heard from people that I've seen things on the internet where they're like, they created COVID to hide all the stuff. Cause like you said, we just got that alien footage. There's all kinds of other weird stuff that was happening around that same time all over the world. And so they just like COVID, let's distract them with the mega virus.
Yeah. They released the Marilyn Monroe files on like how, like everything.
Like there's all kinds of stuff that, So conspiracy theories. If you don't believe in at least one conspiracy theory, what world are you living in?
You're probably just a zombie.
Where you think like everything is, I'm not even gonna get into that. That's a popular opinion. Let's see. The movie Soul, which I have not seen. Have you seen Soul on Disney?
With the little blue blobs?
Yeah.
Blue blobs.
The movie Soul was a mess. Blue blobs. And it wasn't good, said somebody. They thought it was a mess and it wasn't very good. Like it wasn't well put together.
I did have a hard time getting into it, but the moment he was headed into
the world.
No.
Heaven?
To heaven.
Okay.
I was like, and then it was like, I was on a trip.
I should have watched that before this, but I didn't have the caring to do that.
Not you?
No, it's not me. I've never seen this movie. I don't know. I don't remember who wrote that one, but if you're listening, that's your opinion. That's fine.
That's all right. Maybe they should do acid and then they'd like it better.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Do acid. Acid makes you like most things better. This is specifically from Rocky. It's quoted here. I guess I wrote in there. He likes canned tuna with mayo, which that's not an unpopular opinion, but mine is that I fucking hate tuna. Canned tuna is disgusting. It's like cat food. I think it's awful. And I said this before, I've actually stopped talking to a girl that I was interested in because I found out she liked canned tuna and she ate it. And I was like, I'm not interested in being with you. I know it's shallow and petty, but.
My shallow petty thing when I was single was I had to see people's feet.
Okay.
Because if they were webbed or crooked.
You can do web feet? No? Wouldn't that be neat?
No.
I'd be into that.
No. Well, I like tuna, so.
Okay. Well, there we go. I like web feet. And he said, oh, sorry about that, guys. I had a little tuna in my throat. It's a tuna in my throat.
We both just gagged.
The prequels are good. Star Wars prequels. They're not bad. They're fine.
Oh, they were okay.
Yeah. I mean, I have any complaints. I like them more than the ones that came after.
That were the same stories told again.
Same, exactly. Yeah, they're all the same. It's the same. Boom, boom, boom. Give me one off your list.
Honesty and directness. They always tell you to be honest, to be direct when talking to people. They can't hang. They can't handle the truth. I feel like Jack Nicholson. You can't handle the truth.
I agree with that.
They can't do that. They can't handle it.
You have to pick and choose your honesty and directness. You have to pick and choose your people and what you say.
Nope. Honesty and direct. That's why a lot of people don't like me.
Could you just say what you feel? And
I was taught that honesty and directness is the best. Nobody taught me about timing.
There was no tact in her.
No, they didn't teach me about protocol. Timing. No.
It's just it sounds like someone with autism.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at that. Not that that's a bad thing.
Quality versus quantity. Unpopular opinion, people like to get more things for their money versus buying one thing that's made of substance.
Okay, it depends on what the product is, I feel like. But I would agree that that it's better to get one good thing than, like, I'd rather buy one nice pair of boots than rather buy like 10 shitty pairs that I'm going to go through in the same amount of time. You know?
But I also think yes, absolutely with the shoes. I mean, give me suede and leather all day.
Yeah.
Or fake leather, whatever, if you're really into that. But I have had a pair of shoes that I bought for 99 cents and they lasted years and years and years and years.
Course, yeah.
But I will say, if I buy something thinking I'm getting, like, oh, I'm getting such a deal, and I'm at a big store, any of them, choose any of them, and then it breaks a week later, it's just not worth it. Or even food. Let's talk about like wines, and we can talk about.
Are you talking about my wine rack over there?
No, that was a sexy wine rack. No, you could talk wines, you could talk balsamic vinegars, oils, you could talk about bread itself, flour. You know what I mean? Sorry.
I mean, when it comes to food, though, I do say I will buy a large quantity. I mean, I will buy quality and quantity at the same time. I don't go for one or the other. I will always go for quality. If I can get a lot of it, awesome. If I can't, I'm not going to go for something awful, and I'm going to do something good for my body.
I mean, give me a good Dorito. Like, I'll splurge.
Yeah.
I'll do a Dorito.
I like some chunky flavor. Foods, Yeah.
But, and like, if you're going to do like, Carl's Jr. Burger, do it. But I mean,
we love a good Jack in a Box Impossible Burger,
Oh my God. My sister and I used to get the 99 cent tacos. I don't even think they're 99 cents anymore.
They were 2 for 99 cents, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. On Tuesday. Taco Tuesday was 2 for 99 cents. Yeah.
I remember those. My sister and I love those.
Yeah.
God, it was great.
Like 12 of those and just devour them.
Yeah. Usually you're drinking a lot and then you get them at midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get that.
Somehow you get there. Not that you're drinking and driving, because you never would drinking and driving.
No.
But somehow
you had you had a DD or a taxi.
You floated there.
You just existed
on
a
magic carpet. You got there.
You took a Greyhound bus there.
But then these tacos would suddenly sober you up.
And then they're hot sauce.
Okay, I got 2 off my list. Your turn.
Okay. Let's see. This isn't mine. Okay, what did I write? Sorry, I need to get closer. This isn't mine, but I have a nurse friend who insisted the toilet seat covers were useless. Was this you?
No.
Somebody
I call bullshit on that.
Somebody at work told me this. I'm trying to remember who, but they said that their nurse friend said that the toilet seat covers, those paper covers, the whatever they're called, the discrete seats or whatever, that they're just that they don't work. You think they do?
I call bullshit. Imagine. I'm just going to go like this. Imagine, because I had somebody else at work tell me that they had a friend. You know who you are.
Oh, gosh.
That they got a staph infection on their ass from sitting on a bare toilet
Oh my God.
seat. So now they use toilet seat covers everywhere they go, or they just don't use that.
I triple them up. I lay one at the front, one at the back, and then one in the middle, and then I sit on it.
And I also do them backwards.
Yeah, like you turn it so it's like
so it doesn't fall in. The trick is doing it backwards. Yeah, nobody knows that trick.
If you do it backwards, then you're
flappy.
I'm gonna get crude here, guys. If you do it backwards in the front, then you don't have to risk your.
We're talking about toilet seat covers.
Your dick or your balls. You don't have to risk those touching the rim of the toilet seat because the cover blocks it.
I didn't even know that, because I don't.
Sometimes, depending on where you sit, you do have your danglies touch the rim, and it's awful and it's disgusting, and you want to burn your body afterwards. And
yes, that does happen to women when guys leave up the seat. And I mean,
and you sit down and
I've
actually sat down, and I've yelled at guests myself because I went to go sit down and pee in the middle of the night, and I sat in the thing. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And I woke him up, and I was like, "You fucking ass!" It was probably Rolly. It was probably Rolly or Rory. One of those two.
Yeah. When I met my partner, he left the seat up all the time, and I was always like, yeah, I'm trying to be the cool girlfriend, no big deal.
No.
And then I fell in several times, and then he almost died.
No, I call people out at work for it. Like
Good.
as soon as they leave the bathroom, I'll be like, hey, do not put the toilet seat down. And then they'll be like, I think I've called out Jesse one time in front of like 4 people and he got really embarrassed. And I was just like, good, you should have him put the like
And Jesse doesn't have an Instagram. So even if he hears this, he's like, no big deal.
No, yeah. If you listen to this, Jesse, I love you, but come on. Okay. You live with all girls.
You know, he washes his hand before he goes to the bathroom.
That's smart. I do the same thing. Yeah.
Because you're touching yourself.
Yeah.
And I mean that appropriately, not inappropriately.
Especially at work, or in public. I for sure do that. Okay, here we go. Pineapple belongs on pizza. I believe that pineapple belongs on pizza. Do you? There we go. Split down the middle.
Oh my God. We finally have something we disagree on.
I love pineapple on pizza. I could live without it, but I love it on it.
I'll eat it by itself.
I love pineapple by itself too.
But I also eat pizza like a freak.
Do you put ketchup on that?
No, I do not.
How do we eat pizza like a freak?
I've done this since I was a kid, and my nephews do it too.
Oh God. Here we go. Oh my Lord.
Take off all the toppings and you put them on the side.
Okay.
Then you take the cheese, all the melty cheese glob, and you put it on the side.
God.
Take your finger, scrape off that tomato sauce, and you're gonna like.
Is this how you eat every piece
of fucking? I never do it at work because I don't want people to think I'm a fucking crazy person. And then I eat the bread dipped in something else because it's just tomatoey bread. And then I eat the toppings by themselves. And then I eat this big glob of cheese. And my
This can't be real. This can't be
my nephews do it too.
Oh my God. This is awful. You're a monster. And you say pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. You have no opinion here on that.
No.
Sorry. Oh my God. Here we go.
Snotted a little bit when I laugh.
Olives are disgusting. There, it was on my list. Speaking of, there we go. I will only eat an olive on a pizza. Like a black olive on pizza. That's the only time I'll eat olives.
Because the flavor's covered up?
Yeah, you get the sauce and the cheese kind of masking it, and you just get that little crunch and that little saltiness, but it's not too much. Especially now that I can't have like bacon on it. I can only do vegetables. It's a little bit nice to have that little brininess.
Okay. So if you ate pizza like I did, would you still eat the olives?
Yeah, because it's masked with the other like vegetables that are there. Yeah.
Okay.
But I can't do like an olive topping on. That sounds awful to me.
Okay.
That's right.
All right.
Post Malone is the best artist. That was definitely Cindy.
That was Cindy.
You knew
that was Cindy.
Yeah. She thinks I mean, I will say over the time that over the past actually since I've met her, he's actually started growing me. He's a really nice guy. He's a really cool.
He's an incredibly nice guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I enjoy some of his,
some of his songs, I'm not a big fan. Some of them I really love, but he's just such a sweet, really nice he's a really sweet guy, and he's really down to earth and genuine. I do like that about him. He's very kind.
Yeah. So what's her obsession with him?
I'm not 100% sure. Her TikTok name, and if you want to go follow her on TikTok, it's Post Malone's dad follows me, because on Instagram, Post Malone's dad followed her.
Why?
I don't know why. She followed him. She found him on Instagram, started following him. He followed her back, probably because she's a pretty blonde girl. And so
Cindy is one of the most beautiful blonde women you will ever see.
So her name,
dumber than a stick on some subjects.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
No, on some subjects,
but her name is Post Malone's dad follows me on TikTok, and I love it.
So for people who don't know me, I wear pearls constantly. Pals or do a pearl clutch. I just found out what that meant too. And for my honeymoon, my husband gave me the pearls, pearl necklace.
The pearl necklace.
Cindy didn't know what a pearl necklace was.
Yeah, then sure. I hope some of you know what she means by giving her a pearl necklace. I won't say. If you want to know, you can call in and ask me.
Don't call me.
Call me. You know my number. So Post Malone 417-986-6467. Post Malone is the best artist. I don't want to say he's the best, but he's really great. Sorry, Cindy. Country and state fairs suck. They're expensive, smelly, and too crowded.
Is that your opinion? Because I could go both ways.
That's not mine, but I would agree with it. It's almost the same as the summer vacation, the beach vacations, without the smelly part. Because beach vacations, well, they could be smelly depending on where you go, but I mean, state fairs aren't that. I mean, I don't know. They're not that. I don't see the appeal.
Look
at the little booties. little.
I wanted to be comfortable.
She's wearing little
for the listener.
Pig booties.
Little slippers.
Little slipperoonies.
So my thing is with this.
Yeah.
I had every year we'd go see my grandmother and go to their little tiny fair that they had. So I got great memories. So when people's like, yeah, it's totally overpriced. Yeah, it is. But it goes sentimentally great. Yeah. So I'm like, every time I smell that deep fried whatever they're deep frying, I'm like,
cake, corn dogs, anything.
All of it, right? All of it. So I'm good with it. Like, I'll go.
I will say state fairs definitely are a lot. They're a handful because, you do get people coming from across the street to go to them. But like county fairs, depending on the county fair, I think they could be a lot of fun. They could be.
They're so great.
As long as you don't get to like a county where it's like really rural and racist, I think it's kind of like Flagstaff, where I'm from, had a county fair, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of blasts. It was at the fairgrounds. It was just it wasn't crazy expensive. It was like $15 for like, I think it was like 10 ride tags or something like that, like tickets, which is not bad.
And when you were a kid, like the more like tickets you got,
like you get to go play games and rides,
a little thing in the water dish and try to get a goldfish
that
by the time you get home, it's floating upside down.
And awful.
I love it.
I'm
so sorry.
That's all right. That's what it's there for, to get hit.
I'm feeling my drink already. Unpopular opinion. And I'm about ready to get on my soapbox.
Oh gosh, here we go.
Uh-huh. Partying until 4 a.m. Playing music, country music, as loud as you can till 4 a.m.
You don't like that?
No.
Why would anybody? That's a very popular opinion. That's awful. If you do that, you're awful.
So why do people do it?
Because those are the awful people that don't mind that aren't
they're unpopular. You see what I mean?
Yeah, it's unpopular to those people that you're in regard to hating, which I can't stand those kinds of people.
On the other side of that, like they had a great sound system.
Are you talking about like wall to wall with you kind of?
Oh my God. I'm out in the country. I live out in the country now. And
so you're talking about your current house.
Holy balls.
Oh, okay. That's outrageous then. That's absolutely, because I'm thinking like it's your like an apartment, you share a wall, and it's like,
so on the other side,
that's a lot of space to fill with sound for you to be able to hear it. That's outrageous.
4 a.m. And because somebody came out of their house and started yelling at them, they decided to go louder.
Oh my God. Burn it down. Yeah. No, we don't
remember that gasoline you saw?
We don't condone arson on Just Jap podcast.
We'll do it.
Wink, wink. Yeah.
That was my unpopular opinion, I guess.
I think that's very popular. Travel, this one, I don't think this is unpopular depending on who you ask. Travel is overrated and exhausting. I agree that depending on how much you're traveling, it can be exhausting, but if you're traveling for leisure, it can be a lot of fun.
I love to travel. Love it. I travel all the time.
Yeah.
There's something about being on a plane, whether you're on it for 45 minutes or 12, 14 hours. I need to take a shower afterwards. Immediately after.
It's because it's just like you're sweating. It's
not even that.
It's like muggy and like, it's awful.
You smell funny.
It's like being in a Big Lots for like an hour, It's like when I'm in a Big Lots for more than an hour, I feel icky
a little bit when I just talked about it. Like, yeah, no, it's the worst.
I've only had bad experiences on planes, so it's like I'm traveling, so I'm like, I don't know.
What about people that take their shoes off?
Oh man, they
just walk around barefoot.
One of the times
I've seen it.
There was a guy next to me, and this is going to sound like a stereotypical like set up to a joke. The guy to the right to me was an Indian man, and I would say like from Indian. And he was eating some really spicy food. I don't know what it was. And the man to the left of me looked like, and I'm not trying to sound racist when I say this, an old Chinese man from a kung fu movie. He had this really long beard. He was wearing like these white clothes, and he had not like one of those like rice patty hats, but he had like a straw hat on. And he had taken it off and then take his shoes off, and he was sitting, cross-legged on his seat, and his toes were like centimeters from touching my thigh, and he was just sitting there reading his book, and with his feet out, and it was stinky. And then the other guy was eating his food, which was like, it wasn't bad, but mixed with the feet smell, it just became like this awful concoction. And I'm stuck in the middle of this, and I'm like, this feels like the setup to like a really bad sitcom or something, like this doesn't feel real.
Oh,
yeah. Your face says it all.
Or I think it would have been worse if you had said like, and then like as he was cross-legged, like he was putting his fingers in between his toes and rubbing
at his feet or something like that. Yeah. No. Well, but he like just took the time because he was wearing sandals and socks, and he took the time to take his socks off and roll them up and put them in his sandals, and so he like had sock hands and he was touching everything, and I was like, ah. Yeah. So no, thank you. I'll travel alone. Finding romantic love is something for the movies only. Depends on your definition of romance.
Yeah, I think it's.
I think that people think that they want like a fairy tale, fall in love, and like have a happily ever after.
Was that you?
No, that was someone else.
They're lonely.
Probably.
Are they lonely?
If you said this, you're probably lonely. I'm sorry. You just need to find adequate love.
And if not love, friendship.
Yeah, you don't necessarily need to be in love. Just go live alone with some animals.
I think that's the problem. Is like there's the idyllic like movie love, but then there's so many different kinds of love, and like English language, you only have one word to describe love, and that's love.
It's very like
there's
black and white.
Different kinds. Like imagine living in an old folks home. And this is one of my customers I have at work. Every week she buys her dad several bouquets of flowers for him because he loves putting together bouquets. But then he puts together a bouquet of flowers for the lady across the hall from him.
Cute.
Right? Cute.
Yeah.
Because she's all alone. She doesn't have any family. Nobody ever comes to visit her.
Okay.
And he always makes her. And I feel like that's a different type of love right there. Yeah. Right?
That's just human kindness. It's just like love at its core.
Love,
like
the good love.
He's not doing it for any reason other than just because he knows she needs it. Yeah.
Or like the friends that you have from childhood. I don't have any friends from childhood. I mean, like, like, hey, haven't talked to you. Well, you doing okay? Yeah, great.
Yeah.
No. Like my husband, he is best friends with his childhood friends. And that is a different kind of love I will never experience. You know what I mean? Do you have that?
I mean, I have Will and Rocky. We've known each other since high school. So it's like.
Yeah, that's the same.
Yeah.
Sure. You were kids.
Yeah. I guess 15 years old.
Different kind of love.
It's more like it's like brothers kind of like we bicker, we fight, but in the end, we still I still love them more than anything, and I would do anything for them. Like I would die for them if they needed me to. I would kill for them, but
don't killed for them.
Don't need me to yet anymore. Again, so the next one, abortion should be free. That's not an unpopular opinion anymore. That's that.
Yeah,
they should be. It's a health. It's a service. It should be free.
Yep.
That's no question about it.
No question.
No.
Nope.
The main goal of life isn't just to get married and have kids. That's Cheyenne and I for sure. I think that one was her, because it's like her family is always would always constantly be like, when are you guys gonna have kids? And it's like, never. We don't want to have kids. We're not gonna have kids.
If you think of the standard just in life, it's what are you gonna be when you grow up?
Yeah.
And then you graduate high school and you work on and that's so much pressure for a child.
Get married.
And then you get married. You meet someone and the next question is, are you going to get married? And then when's the date? And then when's the kid? And then once you have kids, they stop caring about you.
Like you've completed the journey.
Maybe looking at it from a different point of view. That's why they ask it, because they're tired of asking you about your life.
Oh, and we're keeping them on the hook.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to happen. The only way we'll ever have kids is if like we want to be like a home for like, say there's like a 10-year-old who came out and their parents are like, we hate you. We want nothing to do with you. We would want to be a safe space for like teenagers or young kids who are
absolutely,
like coming out or like becoming trans, like, being trans and stuff like that. And their families don't accept them, and they need a safe, nurturing environment where they're going to be accepted. And so that would be we don't want to have like a baby, we don't, and she can't, oh God, that's a little personal. I'm not going to get into that. Yeah. But we don't want to raise a baby. Like we, if anything, we would take in kids and like kind of get them through their formative years, in a safe, loving environment. If that's the case.
There's another form of love right there.
Yeah. Boom. We don't have to have our own children to have love for kids.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Got me a little Twitter pated there.
Oh my God.
Okay. Here's one for the Halloween bit. You ready?
Okay.
Slasher movies are not scary movies.
Predictable.
Stupid.
I would say they're classics in a sense, but they're not. They're predictable.
Forgive me, savvy Amazonian. They're just
that's
awful.
You, boo. We're talking about you.
Yeah, we're talking about you, boo.
I know she loves them. No, I mean, I've never seen most of the 80s classics, like any of the Freddy Krueger movies and most of the Jason movies, like any of the Friday.
And the ones that came from it.
Yeah. Like I've never, like those have just been never been I want something that's actually going to shock me to my like scary to my core. And that's just not like, maybe I'm from a different time, but like
how about when you get that oh no feeling in your belly button, you get that oh no feeling. How about you turn on a fucking light?
What?
Yeah, you walk into the room, it's always dark. They never turn on the light.
That's true.
Ever.
Yeah.
When they run, they never run to the car. They never grab their keys and go to the car. And if they do it, miraculously, it doesn't start.
That's the trope. That's the trope.
Oh,
fucking
Jesus
idiots.
Fucking Christ.
That's all. Yeah.
No, you know what? I'd like to see any of these guys wearing the masks or anything like that. I'd like to see them just be beaten with a bat and like, there's your real life.
Yeah.
Like, and then they stand up and their arms bent the wrong way. And you're like,
all like mangled.
Yeah. And they're like, and then they go, fuck, that hurt.
They take off their mask and it's like, oh my God, you're the old man who, is running the theme park and you're now.
You darn kids.
And your baseball bats.
I'm sorry. I just think they're the stupidest movies ever.
Here, we'll move on to Halloween ones.
Okay.
I got some good Halloweens.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Kids who don't wear costumes should not get candy. What do you think? Like this person said, like, say a kid comes up with a t-shirt that says my costume or like fun, like this is costume or stuff like that. Like that's just cheap and, like put a little effort into it, do something.
I would have said that before I lived in my last house.
Okay.
But my last house was right next to low income, and they were the sweetest people ever.
Okay.
Had like 1,500 kids, and they would come over and they couldn't afford costumes. And they were using their pillow sacks and they were using plastic bags from the grocery store. And they just wanted to be a part of the tradition. And they hardly spoke English. So I was like, so before I lived where I had lived, I thought you were going to get choked. Before I had lived where I had lived, I would have been like, yeah, come on, participate. But
that's a different circumstance, but you
but you don't know them if they're coming up and ringing your doorbell.
True. You don't know who they are.
You don't know their story.
True. Yeah. You don't know anything.
I knew it because I lived right next. Literally, they were across the street.
You knew who they were.
Yeah.
But you don't know
where the
one's coming from or just
5 doors down aren't going to know
just because there were 3 friends who have like the money to buy a costume and they're just because
they all met up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very true. Yeah, that's a good point.
Sorry. That's me being a good person.
Yeah.
I don't share that very often.
Yeah.
Next.
Okay. Next.
You feel bad? Was that a you?
No, that was not me at all.
Okay.
I was like, I agreed to that to a certain extent, but now I've changed my mind because you changed me. You made me rethink this, reevaluate.
You got really deep with that for a second. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Someone said, I like candy corn. It's awful. If you like candy corn, it's the same as these people. And this one was mine. People who hand out Tootsie Rolls for Halloween are psychopaths. Like they should be punched in the neck.
Or raisins,
Tootsie Rolls, Whoppers, because they're just like chocolate.
Brushes.
Oh my God, pencils. Oh God. Bags of pennies. Actually, bags of pennies. As long as
they're fine.
As long as it's not like 5 cents in pennies. Because I've been to a house where they've had like a 50 cent. Yeah, but I've seen people where they divvy out like little dime bags and it's literally like 10 cents in pennies. And I'm like, what am I fucking like? I'll go buy one candy sweet at the
not
gas
anymore.
Station.
They've raised the price with inflation. My God,
this economy, Jesus. Yeah, but Tootsie Rolls, candy corn, they're awful. They're not candy. They're poo poo, and you shouldn't hand them out, guys.
No, not unless you want your house
unless you're a monster.
Yeah.
And that actually goes on to one that will move on to this one, which I will keep. Somebody said, let me see, where is it at? Oh God, I don't remember. I didn't write it down, but somebody said that they want there to be more kids TPing houses on Halloween, that there isn't enough Halloween shenanigans anymore. And they want more kids egging houses and TPing houses and just having fun on Halloween.
Not a fan of egging because it can ruin the paint on a car.
Yeah.
Mayonnaise. Okay, sure. That's kind of gross.
Shaving, as long as you're not like ruining any.
Do appreciate a good TPing.
Yeah, like keeping it in the trees and the bushes, like that's fine. Like if you're not like getting it like damaging a car or a house with like you said a paint job or something like don't put shaving cream all over the front of my car because that'll ruin the paint. Yeah.
My sister and I did that. Well, I say recently, but it was like 10 years ago because that's recent for me now.
Yeah.
This person came speeding around the corner because she lives on a corner lot and they just flipped around and my sister and I had had a little bit too much. And so we grabbed the Costco bag of toilet paper, went and toilet papered their house.
Nice.
And my mom yelled at us and made us go apologize.
No.
Yeah. While we're adults. And so what we did is you know how like sisters are and brothers and friends, right before the last second, like my sister goes, I'm sorry, my sister was really drunk and she did it. And so
it's all on you now.
It is. But then I acted really hungover, which I think I might have been, but I acted really hungover. And I was like,
yeah, it was me.
Yeah.
You're right.
You're right. Yeah. And then they were like, we were kids once too. And then it was like kind of easy, but no, we were pissed that she had just had a newborn baby. And I was like, children of the neighborhood. Kids play here. So then as my old curmudgeon self, I went and TP'd their house.
Yeah. As normal adults do.
Yeah. Thank you.
Store-bought costumes always look bad for the most part. Like, and I get it. Like, and it makes me feel, I want to say that I agree with this less because of what you said.
I was gonna,
look, like sometimes all you can afford is what you can afford, and sometimes it is cheap ones. And the person said, now on children, it does look fine, like it looks cute, but when you get an adult wearing a store-bought costume, it kind of looks like a cheap, like they could have done a better job putting it together rather than wearing like police officer, like the cheap, like plastic, like all that crap, that kind of good junk, which I can see that looks a little junky.
Yeah. But also, if they don't know, some people aren't creative like you and me.
Yeah, some people can't think, so they just want to go
they just go buy a $20
pre-made, something.
Whatever. They just want to be a part of the fun.
Yeah,
because we're like the cool kids.
Yeah,
and they want to be part of the cool kid team.
Yeah, some of these unpopular. I'm feeling worse and worse, and I feel by agreeing with some of these, but I'm happy that I'm changing my mind on these.
Great, you're going to tell me the names of these people, right?
At the end, when we finish recording, I'll tell you who said these, so you guys she'll know you guys. Let's see. I keep up my Halloween decor all year. I think that's just like a goth house.
I used to.
I love it.
I used to.
Yeah, just depends on the Halloween decor. If you don't like keep up a bunch of Jack Skellington like blow up things in your yard.
Christmas lights. Again, I'm 50-50 on it because sometimes twinkling lights, like this happened. There's this junky ass house that does it all year round. And every time I walk by, I have this goofy little smile on my face. I'm like,
okay, this is one thing. I know there's a house in my neighborhood that does it, but it's because the son has autism and he loves Christmas. So they keep it up year round for him.
Yeah. See?
And it's like, you don't know people's situations.
This whole unpopular opinion thing, we're like flipping it. Yeah. Think about the other situation first.
Look at that. It's really changed right now, guys.
We're changing the world right now.
Halloween should stay in October and not spill into September. It should be its own month, and it loses its specialness when you spill it over into the earlier months, or like those people who are like, I like it all year round. It loses its specialness if you don't keep it in October.
I can respect that.
Yeah.
If you're not one of those all year rounders or you're just really excited, sure, put it up, whatever. But also,
don't push in someone's face, because like they had said that they're already on the cooking channel already having Halloween specials out, and it's just like it's not even the end of it. It's not even 2 weeks. Yeah, like it's 2 weeks still we have or so. But I mean, no, now when this episode comes out, it'll be October. But you know what I mean? Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, this one was Dan, and I appreciate this about Dan. He doesn't give out any chocolate products, candy to kids, chocolate candy, especially ones from Nestle or Hershey's, because he doesn't want to give any of the big name candies out, because he doesn't agree with the chocolate trade that they go through in order to get their chocolate. And so he just gives out like fruity ones, like juicy fruits and like gummies and stuff like that, because they're also allergen friendly, which I love that too.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I love
She's
that.
Crying right now.
I'm really upset. No, I think this is an incredible idea. Also, I feel that a lot of the big name candy companies actually put a lot of additives in there. That's not really chocolate. If you're going to do chocolate, do real chocolate. We got a bunch of chocolate from the UK. Like we ordered a giant candy pack. And when you look at it, there's stuff in the UK. It's like their sugar is like almost the same as ours, but it's not the same kind of sugar. It's like candy. It's like chocolate sugar. It's not just like added like corn syrup and that kind of sugar like we add here. Like we beef it up so people want to keep eating more and get fat from it. But they're over there. They're just like, we just want chocolate. Yeah. No, I noticed that when I tried explaining that to Andrew, and we were gonna buy some twirl.
Okay.
And Cadbury is just different over there.
It definitely is.
So good. And cream. Did you know that cream is regulated? Like how much cream goes into things? I had no idea. Haagen-Dazs here versus over there, totally different. But he tasted real chocolate, and we like throwing a bunch in our bag, and it didn't last.
When Bernard went recently, I was like, "Hey, did you bring any chocolate back from Europe?" And he goes, "No, hell no, I ate it all. It was too delicious." And I was just like, "I get that. That makes sense."
You can't even hold it against.
He's like, "I didn't want to bring any back. It was just too good. I couldn't. Like, I couldn't even imagine it."
No, and I saw a celebrity picking out candy too, because over there it's just better.
She saw Helena Bonham Carter at the airport.
Helena Bonham Carter.
If you're listening to this, I wish you listened to this. Okay, I got two more.
So cool.
I'm gonna end on this last one over here, but here's the one before that, and I like this one. I think you'll really like this one too. Have you heard of? So you have more?
It's not Halloween, but it's an interesting one I thought of.
Yeah.
My husband got on this. That painting may come down now. My husband was saying the people who believe the Earth is flat. Let them believe it's flat. Freedom of speech.
If they're not hurting anybody, if they're not like, affecting anything, then
let them believe it.
Let them believe it.
Let them believe it. And I went, yeah. And then I'm like, oh, that's an unpopular opinion.
I mean, I understand there are people like Rocky who get frustrated when they hear people say like with such conviction that they believe these things are real, and they get really frustrated because they're like, it's not real. Stop believing that. But it's like, you're not going to change your mind. Just like, why bother?
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's amazing.
Stop it. She wants lunch. Okay, so here's my last two.
Okay.
Have you heard of Samhain? Samhain? How do you say it?
Oh my God.
Spooky.
Is it Samhain or Sanheim?
It's the day that takes place on October 31st to September or to November 1st. Yeah. It's the Wiccan holiday. So it's more like Coco, as the person said, and less like Friday the 13th. It's more like a Day of the Dead in a sense. And so they say that they prefer Samhain. I don't know how to say this. I need to look it up. Sorry guys if I'm butchering this.
Amazonian or something.
I apologize, but they say that it's better than Halloween. That like even though it's kind of the same, but they prefer it to Halloween because it's a little more spiritual, a little more less commercial, which I agree with on that.
Yeah, any holiday you should always try to find a way to make it less commercial. And I can go, that could be a whole nother episode. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but like
the Day of the Dead, like Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah,
kind of stuff.
See. But I do agree with that. I think it should be more about spiritualism. I hate that they do that whole devil thing, like poison the candy, the apple, or anything like that. No, it's supposed to be when the veil between our world and the other world is thinnest, and you can communicate with people who have passed, and it should be respected. It's just another religion. Like, why can't we just respect other people's religions?
Have you seen the Netflix show Sabrina, the Teenage Witch? The new one. I love the episode on Halloween when they had that, and there was like a Halloween episode, and there was like the veil was open and they could talk to us, and it was just like it was basically like they were there, and it was or they did that same thing on American Horror Story Hotel, like when on Halloween day the veil was broken, and so the ghosts of the serial killers could leave where the place they were stuck from to come and have dinner in this room every Halloween. That, which was absolutely a crazy thought. Speaking of serial killers, keep an eye out this month for a fun episode. This is the premise, and I know you're gonna absolutely love this. So I'm not very familiar with a lot of serial killers, so Cheyenne was telling me about them. I don't know what they've done. I don't know why they're called these things. And so I was making my thoughts, the reason why I thought they were called these things. And so we're going to do an episode where she tells me serial killers, and I'm going to try and tell you why I think they're named these things and what they do, and explain these serial killers with absolutely zero knowledge of them. Like their names, like serial killer name. River Killer, and I'll tell you why, or like the Zodiac stuff. I know those two names for sure, stuff like that. And I'll tell you why I think they got their names and how and whatnot. And I have zero knowledge of any of these serial killers. And she's going to make a list and bring it to me. And I'm not going to have any knowledge going into this. And so keep an eye out for that for Halloween. Fun. Yeah. Because it's just like Sick and Twisted. Love it. I don't know anything. I'm just going to make some bullshit Stamp of approval. And okay, so here's my last unpopular opinion. And this one is very, very unpopular. And I'm a little shook to my core when I read this, but I will value this person's opinion.
Do you?
I mean, I respect them and I value their opinion because
Do you now?
yeah, I mean, I do. I think that that's okay, and I don't agree with it, but they're welcome to feel it. They said they hate Halloween. Moment of silence for Saint Tan. Satan.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to dive into this. How it's you like what you like and you don't.
They're going to die alone.
Oh, wow. That's tragic.
Oh my God. And then you're going to tell me later who it is. And I'm going to be like,
you're going to feel awful. You're going to feel awful. You
it's
hear this?
one of the sweetest people I know. And I'm going to be like,
that's okay. That's okay. I have some horoscopes that I have for Halloween, like kind of
horror or horror.
I call them horoscopes. That's actually literally what I call them.
Let's talk about horoscopes.
Horoscopes. Horror. Okay, so my two horror scopes for this episode are for Libra and Scorpio. What are you?
I'm a Cancer.
Cancer.
Through and through. No, I mean like I am like a Cancer.
So you're right before. Yeah, you're right before them. I'm a Leo.
Also like COVID. I'm like
she's a Cancer and a COVID.
I'm a Cancer and I'm a horrible plague.
Yeah, she's a Cancer on society. In society. She's a Cancer. Okay, so for Libras and Scorpio, so I'll deal with Libras first. Okay. Here we go, Libra. You ready? You're not Libra, so you don't have to, but I hope they're ready.
Not ready.
It's time to plunge into a rancid lake of you. It's time to plunge into a rancid lake of you. Every time you lay your head on the pillow, a luminous red dot appears on your forehead. Someone who you least expect to be interested in you isn't. You getting this? Someone, yeah. So clean towels.
Libra?
No, I'm not. Cheyenne's a Libra though, so listen to this, Cheyenne. Clean towels will be the key, so clean them. Do it. It's probably just a big freckle, so don't worry about it. Okay, guys? Your next career option will be a Walmart greeter, and you'll get a worthless coupon in the mail soon.
It's just a freckle. I don't know why I thought of Shakespeare. Like,
oh yeah, like the blood. Oh yeah, it's just a freckle. That's what that symbolism, guys. And your horoscope doppelganger, you're like, your horror killer is Dexter Morgan.
Oh, good old Dexter.
Good old Dexter. And Scorpios, here we go. Tighten the caps on all your medication, Scorpios. Your dinner will make you pray for death.
Did I cook?
I don't know who's cooking for you, but whatever dinner you have coming up soon, they're going to make you pray for death. Your next career option is a suicide hotline operator. But don't worry, it doesn't make you a hero. But it's a good thing you're doing that. You will come into a nice automobile. Make sure you clean it up before the owner finds out, so you don't get caught. And a man with a beak will attempt to bill you. Don't let them pecks get to your pecs.
Oh, my Lanta.
Yeah, your horoscope doppelganger is the Scorpion King because you're Scorpio, so it's got to be the Scorpion King.
Oh my God, I'll take a Scorpion King.
Yeah, Dwayne the Mineral Johnson. Look at her on that camera. Look at her back there. Guys.
These are like,
yeah, she's a fluffy cat. She's been disturbing this episode the whole time, but that's okay. It's worth it.
Yeah, it is.
Do you have anything you want to promote? Anything you got going on out there?
I'll promote Lost Renovations.
Lost Renovations.
I like to do furniture on the side.
It's cool. When we're done here, I gotta show you the pieces of furniture we found on the side of the road that were absolutely phenomenal.
Just finished one last night.
Gosh, you have to show me.
I inhaled so much paint.
Lost Renovations. Just how it's spelled. Lost Renovations on Instagram. I'll tag you so people can go to your page.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, my little hobby thing. Some people like to deal drugs on the side, or some people like to whore themselves out. I like to pick up furniture on the side of the road and fix it up.
Did you see the nice chair that's out there? It might still be out there. I'll have to show you when we're done if it's still out there. It's really pretty, but we didn't want to reupholster it, so we didn't think about it.
I don't know how to reupholster. My sister does.
Maybe if you're interested enough, you could take it. We'll see.
Okay.
But anything else? Lost Renovations?
No.
Nope. No, go follow me on all my stuff on TikTok and on Instagram, and listen to my stuff, and stay tuned in this month for my serial killer episode. I'm doing an episode on cryptids. That'll be fun. I'm gonna try to do an episode on Jordan Peele horror movies.
I haven't seen Nope yet. Do you know what Nope stands for?
No, I have not. We haven't seen Nope either. So if it's a spoiler, don't tell me.
No. I just found out. I listened to an interview with him, and I found out.
Okay.
Yeah, I found out what no means. Nope.
Nope. What?
It means not of planet Earth.
Okay. Well, I'll have to tell Cheyenne to not listen to this because that's a spoiler for her in her ears.
Well, she also doesn't like watching trailers, and you and I love watching trailers.
I know the premise of it, so that's not a spoiler for me, but it would be definitely for her. So I'll tell her not to listen to that. But yeah,
I thought it was about like, nope, not going there.
I mean, both. It's multiple meanings.
Yeah,
sure. We're gonna watch that and then record an episode of that. We're gonna watch it with Bree, so it's gonna be a lot of fun because that'll be a blast. And then she'll be on our Jordan Peele episode.
Awesome.
Yeah, we let her borrow the other 2 movies to watch. So there's turn out for that. And then I don't know, maybe like a Halloween special. We'll see what comes out this month.
Comes out, whatever.
Yeah. Whatever. We'll just keep an ear out.
Hashtag blessed.
Look at the Instagram, then you'll find out what's coming out. Yeah.
Dan, I was better than you.
Look at that, Dan. You got some competition. Even look, I mean, quantity or quality over quantity. Look at that.
Yeah, that
prime example, Dan. You need to step up your game. Up the game. Up it. So thanks for being on.
Was I better than Sydney?
Who?
Wasn't Sydney supposed to do this?
Cindy?
Cindy.
Oh,
Cindy?
Cindy was supposed to record
she ain't
this.
ever going to be on this thing.
Oh my goodness. You hear that girl talking shade?
Flake.
Oh my gosh.
Call me.
Love you.
Love you.
Flake. Yeah. It's a love. It's a truth. But yeah, this has been Just Jeff, or as you used to call me in high school, something unpopular that I don't know because they talked about me behind my back.
I'll do it to your face every time.
Thank you. I wish you would. So say goodbye to these jabronis. Bye, jabronis.
Bye.
Bye.